Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today is the holiday weekend, the American Independence holiday, and we are going to work on a simple recipe for what has become a staple in America on holidays such as this, and that is the barbecued spare ribs. So some of you guys have seen me cook these before, and we do a simple recipe. We start off with our rack, and I have a large rack here. Again, I got this rack on sale at the Restaurant Depot. Now, part of the membrane has been removed on the back, but we're going to try out a technique that's a little bit different. Instead of removing the membrane, we're just going to score the membrane on the back of these ribs a little bit to let some flavor in. Some folks remove the membrane, and there are techniques for that where you use a knife, or some people just leave it. I don't have a problem with either one, leaving the membrane or scoring the membrane. Now, this is a simple barbecue seasoning recipe that we're going to use, and we're going to use our mix of coarse salt and coarse pepper, along with, so we'll go coarse salt and pepper one side, and along with our barbecue seasoning. Now, you can use your own favorite barbecue seasoning. You can make your own, you can buy your own. Again, I enjoy the pork barrel barbecue seasoning that I get at the Sam's Club. You get a big honking container of barbecue seasoning for like $5. And I like this stuff on everything. It's good on poultry, it's good on pork, it's good on beef, it's good on seafood, and it's good on vegetables. And we use it on a lot of our cooking in my kitchen. One thing that I love it on is just a chicken that I put in the air fryer, that I cook in the air fryer. We'll do the other side here. I put it on chicken, and it makes some of the best chicken sandwiches. We don't go to Chick-fil-A or Popeyes much anymore to get a chicken sandwich. We just do it at home. We slap this on it, put it in the air fryer, and in 20 minutes, voila, we're good to go. So we do these up and we let these set while we prepare the grill. But first, before we do that, we're going to do our second rack. All right, so off camera with the Magica TV, we now have our two racks ready to go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let these set up. All right, we're gonna let these set up and marinate a little bit on their own in this dry rub while we get the grill ready. And soon enough, we'll be out there smoking and cooking, and before you know it, we'll be ready to eat. Now, one of the things that you want to do and you want to remember, I think, is remember to give yourself enough time when you're cooking, right? Now, when I do my ribs, I usually allow 4.5 to 5 hours to cook. So, as you can imagine, it's pretty early in the morning here. We got up and started about 6:30 a.m., right? You need to give yourself enough time so that your food will cook in the way that you want to do it, right? And, you need to keep an eye on it, but you need to be able to do other things throughout the day. So you want to be prepped, be ready, be prepared. But one of the biggest parts of being prepared is giving yourself enough time to cook so that you're not rushing making mistakes or burning your food because you're trying to get it done. Now, giving yourself enough time does not guarantee that you won't do any of that you won't burn your food, but it helps to know that you're not in a rush and that you can take your time. Okay, so we are out here at the grill. We're set up, we're ready to go. We are using lump hardwood charcoal along with some cherry. We got a couple nice chunks of cherry wood to provide smoke, and we use the I use a solid fire starter. So again, the grill that I use is the Char-Broil Commander. Briquette's not really recommended for this grill. So we use the lump hardwood charcoal, and so far it's worked out fine. This grill has a drip pan, so we don't have to worry about char very much, and it holds its temperature very well. So throughout the cook today, we won't have to worry too much. So let's get this bad boy started up, and before we know it, we will be at temperature and ready to cook. There is nothing I love more than lighting up my grill. You know, I'm sitting here thinking about my neighbors. Some of my neighbors, they have gas grills, and you just go out and you press a button and you're ready to cook in 10, 15 minutes. But there's just something to me about cooking over a fire that just is better. You go back to the cowboy days, or the out in the wild days where it's just a man with his kill or his catch, open flame, and you know, just cooking it that way, to me is the best way to do it. Other people disagree. I mean, I'm sure, you know, coming home, the last thing you want to have to do is do all this prep so you can go outside and cook a couple hamburgers or hot dogs for your family. So there's something to be said for those other cooking methods. But anything that you're doing on a charcoal grill, you can do pretty much on a gas grill. It may be a different technique. You may have to change your technique a bit, but it can be done. So I encourage everybody, get out there, light up your grill, whether it's gas or charcoal, or whether you know, whatever, and get your cooking on, especially this summer. You know, a lot of people are home or quarantined with this pandemic. So let's get back to doing some of these things that we did, that we were too busy to do when our lives were so busy. Now things have quieted down a little bit, and you have to stay home. If you're going to stay home, you might as well light up the grill. That's the way I think. All right, so let's get these on the grill. The sky is looking a little gray out here, and before it starts to rain, we want to get this stuff on the grill. I'm not necessarily worried about when it starts raining, because my grill has a cover, and you just close it off, and the rain is not a problem. We've added some water to our drip pan so that we keep our cook nice and moist. And so what we'll do now is we'll take these ribs and we will get them on the grill. Hopefully they fit. I know this rack right here looks a little long. It is a little long. So we could trim it, or we could just fold it over a little bit. In any event, it's gonna cook. The thing I like about the Char-Broil Commander is that it keeps its temperature very, very well. So I don't have any qualms or worries about cooking on this grill. I expect that we're going to have a really good result, and looking forward to seeing what comes out. All right, so let's get ready to sauce these up. Put some sauce on these, let them continue to cook. Oh man, got nice smoke going. We're happy with the progress that we got going here. Again, I am not an expert. I just play one in my backyard, right? Just like all of you guys. Get out there, make your own sauces. Get out there, cook your barbecue. Don't be worried about whether it's right or whether, would Myron Mixon do it this way? Would, you know, would this guy, would Gates do it this way? Would this guy do it that way? These big barbecue guys, these big chefs, barbecue experts, I call them. You know, the whole thing is, do you like it, right? If you like it, it's fine, right? If somebody else likes it, that's a bonus. But as long as you like it, as long as you're satisfied with your work, as long as you're satisfied with what you've done, you know, you should be fine. So, like I said before, I encourage you to get out there and do it. You know, you're gonna make some mistakes. You think I haven't? I lit my grill on fire a couple weeks ago. But that's the cost of your education, right? The mistakes you make, it's the cost of your education. You won't do it again. I heard somebody say once, the best way to learn how to make good barbecue is by making bad barbecue. So, like I said, get out there, do it, put your ribs on, make your sauce, do your thing, your chicken, your brisket, your hot dogs and beans. Okay, it is time to take these off the grill. We're gonna take them inside, let them rest, and then we're gonna re-prep the grill, make sure it's lit. Maybe we'll stick some burgers and dogs and maybe some chicken wings on for a little later. But we're gonna take these in, like I said, we'll cover them up, we'll let them rest for a bit, and then we'll cut them later on. So you'll get a chance to see that as well. Okay, so we are ready to slice up these ribs. They're done. We've had them setting for about 45 minutes, and it's time to cut them up and eat them up. See what we're working with. It's a decent looking result. Just start down here on the end, and of course, chef's choice. Man, oh man. Okay. We're happy. We are happy so far. Like I said, the sauce itself has a bite to it. It's a bite. The bite is what I was looking for. We got a little bit of smoke ring. We got a decent smoke ring here. Take a look. And I think this is just going to be an excellent result on these ribs. I'm so happy with how they turned out. And again, I encourage you guys to always get out there, light up your grills, work on it. Some stuff's going to be good, some stuff you're going to make mistakes, but as I said before, your mistakes are the cost of your education. As long as you don't make those same mistakes twice, you're going to be golden. So, again, always get out there, barbecue, but it's even better when you barbecue what's on sale.